Hi, I see you guys. Welcome, guys. Karibu sana Pauline. Welcome, my dear. Welcome so much. Rehab Mbogua, karibu sana. Karibu sana. Today we have a special guest. Today we are going to Australia. Karibu sana from Saudi. Chidama. Saudi well represented. Yeah. Hi, Chidi. Chidi, welcome. Guys, today we have a very special guest. He's going to tell us how to go to Australia. We are going to find all options. We are going to explore everything in this world. And then finally, guess what? We are going to have a barbecue in Canada, guys. Right? Welcome, Chidi from Nigeria. Welcome, my friend Na. Welcome, Chidi. So ask questions about Australia, guys, because today we are going straight to Australia. And then, yeah, we are going to figure out ways. We are going to transform our lives. We are going to make our lives better. We are going to change our narrative. Welcome, Chidi. Welcome so much. We are changing the narrative of our lives, right? And finally, we are going to come here. We are going to barbecue in our backyard, have a barbecue, enjoy ourselves in Canada. Canada is a final destination, right? Welcome so much, guys. Welcome so much. Welcome. If you have any question, make sure you write it down. All questions, we are going to explore all questions. We have Mr. Samuel coming in, so we are just waiting for them to come in. Good morning, everyone from Nicholas, from Uganda. Yay, Uganda well represented. Uganda well represented. Karibu, Nicholas. Welcome, Nicholas. Karibu sana, guys. Welcome, guys. Rehab, Chidima, Nicholas, Grace Wamoyo. Oh, you're in Sydney, Australia. Yeah. Karibu sana. You're already there. We need to do a collab with you, Grace. Tell us how you went to Australia, how life is there. Right? Tell us if you have already gotten your papers, everything. Grace, we need to do one collab with you. We need to do one collab with you, Grace. What do you think about it? What do you think about it, Grace? Tell me. Tell us how the weather is there, how life is there. Yeah. We are gonna have real life abroad. He's going to tell us how he went there, how we can go there, right? We are gonna have a good time. Grace, I need you to tell us. Right? It's okay. Yeah. So guys, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I know in Kenya it's very early. Our friends are not yet there, but you guys are going to represent them. You're going to represent them, ask your questions, and subscribe to Real Life Abroad so that you can know much about Australia, how life is, how you know how you can get there, and all those things. They are going to be answered live here. So let us welcome our guests.
Hello.
Hi, karibu.
Thank you
Karibu
so much.
Sam.
Asante sana.
Yeah, Grace is in Australia. Amesema I'm really waiting for Sam.
Grace is my better half.
Ah!
if you channel, you'll see some of the videos that we have done together.
Yeah, I've already watched some of them. I didn't know she was the one. I didn't know she was the one. Ameniambia. That's okay. That's okay, Grace. Yeah, tutafanya hiyo collab na Grace.
So very informative. She has a lot of information about Australia, and especially the lifestyle here, living standard, things like that.
Yeah. So welcome so much.
Thank you.
We are so happy to have you. So Real Life Abroad is here with us, guys. He's going to be telling us how to get to Australia, how life is there. How do you like it there? How can we get there? Do you like it? How are the jobs there? Is it easy? How can we apply to be a student? All those questions.
Yeah.
You know, all those questions you're going to tell us. Grace is laughing at me because I didn't know she's here. Grace is laughing at me. Yeah. So welcome. Introduce yourself. Tell us more about you. Yeah.
Just before I go on, just allow me to put my phone on do not disturb mode so no one calls me when we are live.
Yeah,
it has happened before, so let me just put it in the
let me do it as well.
Yeah. There you go. I'm okay now.
Oh, you're okay? Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay, and I'm ready. As you've seen, my screen name is Real Life Abroad, but my real names are Samuel Kamau or Sami Kamau. I call myself Sami Kamau on Facebook, on Instagram, as at Sami Kamau. But my real name is Samuel Irungu. Kamau is my dad, so Kamau is my surname.
Okay.
Yeah, I came to Australia in 2016, December, towards the end of 2016, and I came to study. I came as a student. So most of the pathways here in Australia, or most of the ways that people used to come to Australia are student. But having said that, doesn't mean that we don't have other pathways to come to Australia. There are other so many visas, that people can use to come to Australia. But personally, I used a student visa. And it's been 5 years now. I'm still in Australia doing studies here and there. Yeah.
Welcome, EBM scholars. I see you. Thank you so much, EBM.
Yeah.
So, okay, tell us how did you go there? Did you use an agency? Did you just apply online? How did you navigate to that country? What was the pathway?
So, first of all, I didn't know about Australia. What happened, I came to know about Australia through a friend of mine who came to Australia before me. So once he landed here, he started giving us positive information about Australia and how things were turning out to be. So with that love, with that motivation, with that focus, with those determinations, I decided to come to Australia. So we also had a group of people that we we thought and we sat down together and start thinking of how we can explore out there. So that's when I decided to start my journey to Australia, and there was an agent, and that agent was so good because they were giving us information. They were coming and holding some like seminars, and we'll go there. They'll give us all sort of information about Australia, and they were answering our questions. They were giving us all information that we needed about Australia. And having those type of people coming next to you, they were not just living in Kenya. Some of them were from Australia, so they were coming from Australia. The information that they were giving us was the first hand information, so they knew what they are telling us about Australia. So with seeing how things are turning out, and seeing those guys, how they are giving us information, and how they are telling us about Australia, that's when I developed that need and the urge to come to Australia. And I use the same agent, but using an agent is not really something that you think that you don't do anything, because you have an agent who is doing literally everything for you. We were together while we were looking for a school. We were together navigating and looking for a course. We were together, trying to figure out the best place or the best states that I'll come to study, or the place that I'm gonna come to study. Like we had like a good a good like we had to come together with an agent, so we can be able to determine the exact thing that really like that will support me during my time in Australia, or that I really need when I come to Australia. So it's not that you have an agent, you let the agent do everything for you, and at the end of the day you find that you don't get exactly what you wanted. So that is how I went. I was with an agent, and he helped me to find the school, find the course. And once I was happy with everything that agent was, was offering and was showing me different schools and different payment of the courses. So once I was happy, and once I take it out that offer, that's when we decided to go on with the process and kickstarted my process. So my process started by finding a school here in Australia. And when we got a school, we paid the first amount. You have to pay the initial payment. It's normally called initial payment, which is normally paid while you are still in Kenya. You pay that amount, and then you get a letter called confirmation of enrollment. That shows that you are already enrolled to that school, and that using that letter, you're gonna approach the Department of Immigration, the borders. That's when you present that document, and they'll be able to determine if they are going to give you a visa or not. Luckily enough, I got my visa, and here I am now.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So when you are paying the fee,
Yeah.
you paid, was it inclusive with the ticket, and how was the fee payment together with accommodation? What was the
Uh,
fee?
yeah, I got. It's breakdown into. You break down into stages. The school take their money. When you are private school, or when you pay the school. You pay the school fees. That only has to do with the school fees, and then you pay for the something like insurance. That has nothing. Has nothing to do with anything else. That's just insurance. You get your insurance. The agent will also charge his money. So you pay the agent fee. That has nothing to do with anything else. You have to pay for your flight ticket. That has nothing to do with anything else. And then you have to think about your accommodation and some other related costs, like medical here and there. There are so many things that you gotta put into your process, and it has no relationship with any other with any other the money that you're using is it has been down. stages, and it has no relationship with any other, any other process. So if it's for the school fees, that's school fees. Is if it's the agent, that's agent. If it's fright, that's fright. So it has no relationship with any other, with any other thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
I have a question about when you got the visa for your student visa, how long was the course supposed to last, and how do you go about getting now the legal papers? How long does it take?
Well,
That take us through that. Yes. Yeah.
well, Australia, I okay, I'll not say that I know much about Australia, because comparing to people who have lived in Australia for a very long time, I'm still new. So I'm still learning about the values here and there and the way they do things, and especially things to do with the migration. They are always complicated. Like, this today, but tomorrow rules and policies do changes. So I mean, a lot of things has happened since I landed in Australia, and I can't put myself into into that situation of understanding Australian immigration very well. However, with the little information that I have, I'm going to share here. When I landed in Australia, or what people do when they land in Australia, my personal visa was supposed to last for 3 years. Or, yeah, it was supposed to last for 3.5 years. And then after the time of study or after I depleted the time of study, I went ahead and applied for another visa. So that's how you keep on, extending your visa. And if you are lucky enough and you did a course that it is really needed in terms of skills here in Australia, then you'll be able to apply for something. For something like permanent residence, or or skilled visa. You'll be able to be assessed in terms of skills. Personally, I've not gone to that level. I'm still studying, and at the moment, I'm majoring in nursing, so that in future I'll be able, to get assessed in terms of skills, and I'll be able to work and maybe to live here in Australia. So that is the process that people normally do. You get yourself into Australia, you get your visa, you come, and then along the way you start building yourself. You start maybe you use a cheap cost to get yourself here, because sometimes it's very expensive to come from Kenya. So you get a cheap course to land you here in Australia, and then when you're here, you can be able to navigate from different courses to explore different opportunities here and there. And if you are lucky enough, maybe back in Kenya, you had studied and you had your bachelor's degree, you had your master's, you'll be able to use that. You can be able to use that to be assessed in terms of skills, if your skills, or if what you measured in Kenya or any other country is applicable in terms of skills here. So there are so many opportunities here. When you land here, you'll be able to be assessed. You'll be able to get assessed, and then if you study here, you'll be able to get assessed at the time. At the end of your studies, if you studied something that is needed in terms of skills here. It is not all courses that you study and give you the residence in this country. It is not all courses that are needed. Some courses you study and the government will still tell you, no, we don't need this one. You can go back to your country, and maybe they need it. But anyway, having said that, does not mean that you cannot navigate. There are so many opportunities. You can navigate from different courses, different schools, and different skills. And then at the end of the day, they are needed. There are skills that are in demand. So it's always advisable that when you land here, try to get the skills, or try to work it out and get the skills that are needed in this country, so that in future you'll be able to get assessed in terms of skills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I may ask,
Yeah.
a course like the EBM scholars is saying Australia has better immigration pathway compared to USA. Is it true?
I don't know much about USA, but Australia has got a better immigration pathway, especially when you think of like a student destination. Compared to USA, Australia has got better opportunities for people who are coming to study. And when you land here, either as a student or using any other visa, when you land yourself here, there are so many opportunities that you can use to get yourself absorbed in this country. I don't know much about USA. I don't know if you can, you have those chances in USA, but here in Australia, there are so many positions for people, that you can use to get yourself absorbed here. but you should be willing to adjust yourself, or to study, or to navigate, or to do whatever it takes for you to to get yourself absorbed in terms of workforce in this country.
Oh,
Yeah.
then okay. So I have another question.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long does, let's say, usually what do they give? Do they give you the permanent residency or the student visa while you are there, for as long as you're there for your course, or how does it work out? And can you
So
go to work while you're still in school, or?
yeah. So when you get your student visa comes with like restrictions. You can work, but you have the minimum or maximum number of hours that you can work in a specific period of time. Like, let's say in a week you can only work for 20 hours, and that is to limit you, because if they allow you to work full time, that it means that you'll not be able to attend to your course or to your school. So they want you to concentrate on your studies, and at the same time they want you to to know about Australia, and maybe to work and get yourself an upkeep. So during your student visa, you'll be able to work, and you'll be able to to study at the same time. When you finish your studies, let's say you did something like bachelor's degree, when you do something above diploma or advanced diploma, you get yourself another visa that will allow you to work full time. And that period of time that you are working, they assume that this is a period of time that you are getting the skills or the experience for the course that you have studied. So using these 2 years that you get to work full time, the experience you get now, you're gonna use it to get yourself to be assessed in terms of skills, and they use it to show that, oh, this person studied here, and now he had finished the studies, and he got the skills, and he got the experience, because we give him 2 years to work, so he got the experience. Now the government will be able to assess you in terms of skills, and then if you are lucky enough, or if you qualify, you get yourself a skilled or a permanent residence. So with the permanent residence, you get a pathway to become a citizen in future.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good way.
yeah,
So,
that's what most people use.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then, so after maybe, how long does it take to become a citizen?
Well. It depends with the pathway that you have taken. If you get yourself a residence, then after 2 years you become. If you get the residence, that is, if you have the permanent residence, you get yourself a citizenship after maybe 2 years or 3 years. But before you get the residence, you have that journey that you're gonna walk, depending on the course that you took. So people take different pathways, and that is what make them to like make them differ in terms of when they get their residence. Because for people who took a course like nursing, will not be compared with someone who is doing let's say business, because business is all over the world, everybody has got business skills. But things like nursing, they are courses that are in demand. So the government is willing, and like they are pushing to absorb you very, very fast before you decide to go back to your country, or before any other country identifies you. So you can see, so different pathways make people to get the residence in different times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So
how is
mhm.
okay, let's say, how is finding a job there? How are jobs, and how do we apply for jobs, and what is needed? Things like those.
Do you mean applying for a job while you are here, or when you are?
While you're outside,
Well, Australia,
outside. Let's say,
Australia, they are so conservative in terms of employing people, and I don't know, or maybe someone who have got more information about this can try to explain to us. Actually, one of my goals is to bring the migration agent who will be able to answer this question in deeper. what I can't be able to answer. But what I've learned for the period of time that I've been in Australia, Australians, they are so conservative in terms of employing people from other countries. That does not mean that when you are here and you are from another country, you will not get job. But when they want to employ people, if you are maybe from Kenya or from Africa, you're gonna get screened a lot compared to someone who have been here, even if it's for a month or two, because they think of the cost they're gonna incur to bring you or to recruit people from other countries. So it takes them a very long period of time for them to, for them to decide either to get someone outside or to get someone who is already in Australia, because they believe all the skills or I mean, all the people that they want in terms of workforce, they can find them here. And if they can't, they can always try to, to look for them in terms of students who are here, because majority of people who are here, they are migrants, and most of them have come to study, and that's how they end up, getting absorbed in the community. So coming from another country, I don't know much how people come from another country. It is quite hard, but that does not mean it's not possible. What people normally use, they get themselves assessed in terms of skills. Let's say you want to come to Australia and you want to work as a doctor. You're not going to apply for a doctor's position, or for, you're not going to apply in a certain medical to come and practice doctor's position. What you're going to do, you are going to get yourself assessed. You're going to apply for, for a skilled visa from back in your country or from wherever you are, and then when you land here, you'll be able to find jobs too easily because you're already here. But when you try to apply for a job from another country and come to work in Australia, that one, I might say, it might be, quite tricky and maybe somehow hard. I've not seen people who have come specifically because they got employed by a company from back their country. But I've seen people who have come with skilled visa, and then they can be able to choose and navigate from different jobs while they are already here.
Oh,
Yeah.
then that's a pathway also, right? That's another
Yeah,
a good pathway.
that's the best. Actually, that's the best. If you can get yourself here with the residents, that's the best way, or that's the best pathway you can use to come to Australia. Because at the end of the day, you're coming, and like you're coming as a resident. You're already coming as a resident, and you'll be able to, like you have all the entitlements of the residents of this country. So you can imagine that. So it's easy for someone coming to work, but they already got the skills and they are assessed in terms of skills from back their country. But then you have to gauge your skills. You have to see what skills are needed in Australia, and then compare to what you have or what you have studied or what you experienced in, and then only that you'll be able to apply to come and get assessed in terms of skills.
Okay, so someone is saying, I went to the agent that deals with Canada and Australia. They are in Sarit Center, and they were very strict. They demoralized me. That's what they are saying. Alice Gitonga said they demoralized me.
I will talk to Alice and tell her you should not give up because someone demoralize you or someone give you a different information, from what others are telling you. Because we are here, we didn't come because like we had a very very smooth pathways. We also get at some point and we felt like we can give up. So I'll tell Aris, make sure you don't give up. If you have to wake up and chase your dream, then continue chasing it because it's possible and it's happening. It's not only that agent that is taking people to Canada or to Australia. There are so many agents out there, and sometimes you can do it by yourself. All the information that we are giving here, sometimes you also find this information on the website, and we interpret it, and we know, we come and give it in a different way. So you can also get yourself, on the website, get information, lead. If you don't understand, get someone maybe to interpret for you. I mean, ask people. You don't have to get demoralized because of one person telling you it's not possible. It is very, very possible. So I don't know about those agents who are in Sarit Center, but one thing I know about Australia, it is good to be strict I mean, it is good to be very, very serious when you are trying to apply for a visa, because at the end of the day, it is your visa. And if this visa doesn't, you don't get your visa, the agent will be very, very guilty, because they will be feeling like they have made you, they have wasted you, they have wasted your money, they have wasted your time. So you can imagine that, that feeling. Maybe that's what it's making the agent to be very, very strict. They make sure whatever they ask for, you will be able to provide. So maybe that's what they are trying to use to cover themselves. But anyway, if Aris has got all the documents, all the details that maybe might be needed along the way, then I'll tell her there are so many agents out there. We will also be sharing our agents that we use here, and we will also be sharing. Bringing agents who are into that migration field, who are registered, who you be able to find them on the list of immigration agents, and they will be able to explain to you guys, and they will be able to to tell people different ways and and better pathways, because I also believe that there are so many information that you have not been able to explore. There are other people, especially the migration agents, who works every day in the migration offices, and and deals with the immigration websites. They have more information that we have. So I'll tell people, just click, make sure you switch, and you stay in this channel. You always come back to check what is up there, so that you can know more about, maybe from your end to know more about Canada, and from my end they can know about Australia. So tell them to make sure they don't give up in case they got demoralized from someone else.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because here we are not losing hope. We are going to struggle. We are going to push and make sure it happens. Because
Exactly.
we are all here to change our lives.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
yeah, there's something that is making us want to change our narrative. We want to change for better. We all migrated for greener pastures, right? Because we could
Yeah,
not get it back home.
yeah.
We could
So
not get it back home.
what I normally tell people is that, when I was growing up, when I was when I finished my high school, actually, I had this vision, and I used to tell myself I want to go abroad. My mind was into America. I didn't know any other country out there. I only knew America. Telling myself I want to go to USA one day, one time. But I didn't have that one person that is that can share this information that I'm sharing here. I didn't have that person that is telling me, go to this website, do this. I only knew maybe there are ways to apply for green card, but I didn't even know how to apply my green card. So I find this information that we are sharing here very, very helpful, and if people can just embrace, don't even take it too seriously, but just get something, so that when you apply, you approach the agent, you'll be able to tell the agent, this and this is what I want. Agents, sometimes they can be so manipulative. They can be taking you the way they want. They take you the school they want. Sometimes they act like that. But when you know what you want, and when you have information, they are not going to manipulate you. They are going to listen to you, and they are going to work it out with you, for your, to make it better for you.
So EBM scholars is saying, get rich or die trying.
Exactly. I agree with him. You get rich or you die trying. Otherwise, the day you feel like you are not going to try anymore because someone demoralized you. Oh gosh, that is the end of your day.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then so Mosekim is following the process. Yeah, follow the process.
Yeah.
So majority of people want to be lied to. If you tell them the truth, proper steps, they think that you are demoralizing. You are demoralizing them.
I might agree with that saying as well. I might agree, but as well as a human being, there is a way you can express. There's a way you can tell people, even though you are telling them the truth, or even though you are telling them what it takes. there is a way you can express, and there is a way you can tell people, just not to make sure that you are killing their dreams. Otherwise, the language matters a lot, the language that you are using. So even though they are, you can be telling them the truth, and but the language that you are using makes it even harder for them to believe in their dreams. So even though you're telling them the truth, or what it takes, at least try to use that language that show them this is what you need, and it is very, very possible, because others has gone. And you know what, there are people who are in Kenya or who are in other countries, and they believe I will only be able to change my life when I go out there. So don't kill that person's dream. If that's what they feel, let them be. Let it happen. Let them have that dream, and build themselves, and let them go. Let them do whatever they feel like. That's what is going to change their lives.
Okay. So EBM is saying he loves your studio setup.
EBM, this is a very cheap studio, and
it's beautiful, by the way. It's very beautiful.
Is it? It is very
Very
cheap.
Beautiful. Yeah, and it is so iconic to you, because whenever I see your setup, I just know it is you.
Yeah, I thought of.
I just know it is you.
Yeah, I thought of having something like this because I want to build my YouTube career. I mean, I want to concentrate on YouTube. I want to build myself in terms of YouTube. I started my YouTube around 9 months ago. But when I started, my wife was, in the early stages of her pregnancy, and the journey was not so smooth. So I couldn't keep up with the YouTube and everything. So when she finally, get the baby, I decided now to come back in full force, and here I am. I'm working day in, day out to grow myself, to grow my content, to grow my audience, because I believe in future I'm going to help a lot of people, not just with Australia, but even with other countries. I'm going to actually, my dream is to be able to bring migration agents who be able to explain to people, and try to get, sometimes there are scholarships, and sometimes we may not be able to get those scholarships, but they have a connection with migration agents. And some people, to access those scholarships, they need someone to hold their hands. So those are my dreams. I want to build my audience so I can be able to incorporate migration agents, and in future make sure that my audience are getting those scholarships, they are getting opportunities, and maybe get the opportunities to do the whole process for free, because I'll believe that coming together with my migration agent, they will be giving discounts, they will be giving offers through this channel. So if someone has not subscribed to my channel, tell them to subscribe now.
Yes, so guys, you need to go subscribe Real Life Abroad. That's where you'll get everything A to Z about Australia.
Yeah.
They need to come there. Yeah. So tell us, how is the life there? Is it expensive? Is it cheap? Is it, how is transportation? Things like
so
those. How
life here in Australia is I'll say it's expensive. But having said that it's expensive does not mean that it's not possible for people to live, because I'm living, and you've just heard that we got a new baby, and we are still coping up. So saying that life in Australia is quite hard and expensive, but at the same time, there are so many opportunities for people to work. Unless you are lazy and you don't want to work, then it will be very, very hard for you. But for people who want to give their self the best out there, or people who are willing to sell their selves out there, it is very, very possible. You'll be able to work, you'll be able to earn your living, you'll be able to pay for your house rent, you'll be able to pay for your bills, you'll be able to pay for your cars, you'll be able to pay for your school fees if you're studying. So there are so many opportunities here. So that is the only good thing about Australia. There are so many jobs that you will never exploit. Personally, I've done a lot of jobs since I landed here. I started with construction. I went from construction. I started deliveries job. I started driving trucks. I stopped driving trucks. I jumped into caregivers. I mean, I've done multiple jobs here and there, and all those jobs, they are well paying. and you'll be able to earn your living. In terms of the normal or everyday life, in terms of paying our rent, we pay on a weekly basis. For the things like house rent, we pay on a weekly basis. We pay every week. In terms of car, it is not very very expensive to manage a car, but you just need to have that small knowledge about the car for you to be able to manage your car. And and if you don't have the knowledge, you can always use the mechanics and here and there. And here, a car is not a luxury thing. It's something, it's a want, it's a need. It's something that you really need for you to be able to to connect. Maybe sometimes there are people who work 2 or 3 jobs. So for you to be able to connect 2 or 3 jobs, you need a car. You need something that will make your transportation, or will make your travel very very convenient. But there are also public transport. There are buses. There are trains. You'll be able to use them, and sometimes you can also use Uber and taxis if you have money.
But
So
that's very expensive. The
yeah,
Uber and taxi.
in terms of groceries, they are not very very expensive. You can be able to we have supermarkets that sells fresh products, so you'll be able to to access them. I mean, everything, there is everything here in Australia. The only thing that is needed from you is to work for you to get money to buy those things.
Yes, that's true. That's true. It's everywhere. It's
Yeah,
everywhere. Even here, you still need to work.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Nicholas is saying, I think someone can try to demoralize you to see if you are serious with what you want. So if you give up because of demoralizing, that means you are not serious at first.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I would yeah, I can relate to him, but at the same time, as we are trying to say that there are so many agents. If you feel like someone is trying to demoralize you, can you try somewhere else? Because not everyone is very very strong in terms of people who are not giving attention to them. There are some people, if I use some words, they will be very very demoralized, and they will feel like I'm not very very good for them. So don't just stop there. Try to to explore out there. There are so many other people who are willing to give information and maybe to help. Sometimes you get such kind of hiccups, or or hindrance, so that you can be able to go an extra mile. And sometimes you go to that extra mile and you find things even far much easier there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And congrats, by the way, I forgot to tell congrats on your new baby. How old is he or she?
He's 2 months now. 2.5.
Oh, it's a newborn. Yeah, still new.
He's a
Very
newborn,
new.
yes. Yeah.
So I have a question. Maybe I wanted to know, because you're there on student visa, right?
Yeah.
So how was your wife able to join you? Or do they
uh
give couples?
Yes, yes, yes. So, when I landed here in 2016, I was in love with my wife back in Kenya. So we were still together, even back in Kenya. So when I landed here in Australia, I was able to support her to come and also continue with her studies. She came on a student visa. So when she came, we stayed here in Australia for 1 year. We stayed here in Australia for around 1 year and around 3 or 4 months, and then we went back to Kenya, got married, and then come back in Australia now as a husband and wife. And then that's how we were able to merge our visas. So we are at the moment, like we do operate on one visa.
Oh, so they will give you like a now,
Yeah,
how do
it's a
they call it? As
spouse visa.
how oh, spousal visa. So you are sharing one visa, both of you.
Yeah, yeah, both of us, we are sharing one visa. But it's like I'm the one who got the entitlements, so I'm the one who is supposed to study, to do my studies and everything. But that does not limit her from doing everything else that she wants to do.
Oh, so she can go to work. She can
She
go to
can go to
work.
work Yeah, she can go to work and she can also study if she want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
and when she's now that she has just had a baby, do they
Yeah.
give maternity, or how does that play out? Let's say
Well,
you're still in school. If you're still in school, will they give you time off, or how does
yeah.
it play out?
With the government, they don't really care about the people who are not residents of this country. You have to work it out on your own. But from from companies that we do work for, if you're on a permanent job or permanent full time or permanent part time, you'll be able to get the leave, maternity leave, or the parental leave, whatever they call it. And for the schools, they are also able to give you the time off from the schools. You can also defer your education if you are, let's say, for a lady. For a man, it's you can decide not to defer, because at the end of the day, you're only taking a month or two off. But for ladies, they might have to defer for even up to 6 months. So I mean, it's flexible. They also very understanding when it comes to family matters.
Oh, okay. So Henry is asking, he's saying, thanks, my sister and brother. I'm Ugandan. It's a tremendous job, you guys. You guys, God bless you. But I want to get well conversant with the most cheapest way to get to Canada or to get to Australia. So in
Well,
this case, it's Australia, the cheapest way.
Well, I would say that personally, what I've found is that okay, there are so many visas you can use to come to Australia. As we have said, you can use the skilled visa, you can use a student, you can use a visitor, you can use a seminar. There are those people who come here for seminars. There's those people who come here for tourism. So all those are types of visas. But the most, or whichever, which I have found it very convenient, is a student visa. And reason is this: compared to skilled visa, the reason is this: with the skilled visa, you're going to have a very long process. You're going to have something that is called expression of interest. You want to come to Australia, and you want to, like, you want to migrate to Australia to work as in terms in your skilled, in your, I mean, in your field. When you do that, you express to the government takes a lot of time before they get back to you, before they reply you. So before you finish the whole process, and maybe it will not even go through, you find yourself taking even up to 3 or 4 years. So it's a very long process for you to migrate from your country using that skilled visa. However, even if that you have that skill, you can decide maybe to master that skills, or you can decide to do another small course on top of your skills and use a student visa. So when you use a student visa, it might only take you 3 or 4 months to get yourself a visa to come to Australia. So comparing those two type of visa, you find yourself you find that student visa is quite easy and cheap compared to other type of visas. The other visa people uses, they are, like seminars. They identify churches that have got seminars, or organization that has got seminars, and they request. I don't know how they put up their request, and once the organization or the churches approve, they, like, they pay the seminars, the cost of the cost associated with that, and then the church, or the, whoever is holding that seminar, is going to send the confirmation that we are inviting this person, and then you use that invitation to the with the migration with the Department of Immigration, and then they will be able to give you a visa for you to come for that seminar. Maybe it's gonna be for a week or a month. So you get your visa, and when you land here, you decide to use other type of visa. Maybe you decide to change. So depending on how smart you are, you decide to change your visa, and or maybe you approach migration lawyers and see how you can be able to change your visas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So EBM is saying,
Yeah.
get married to an Australian citizen. That is the fastest way. The
Yeah,
fastest way.
that's the fastest way, but you have to be here. Otherwise, how are you going to marry someone who, like, unless that person comes to your country, unless that person comes to your country and you get married there, Then the other way is for you to come here. When you get here, you decide not to beat around the bush, maybe to go to school or wherever and get a lady and get married, or maybe get a kid together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Rahab is asking,
Yeah.
do Australia over there give, I think they wanted to say, do Australia over nanny and care jobs? Okay, Rahab is asking about nannies and caregivers. Do they have jobs for nannies and caregivers?
While you are here, yes, there are so many jobs for caregivers while you are here. But when you are not here, it's very hard for you to come, just as a caregiver. What people do, they just find us. I mean, what I've learned for many people who want to come and work or do whatever in Australia, they use either they get cheap courses, just very cheap courses to get yourself and to get themselves out of country, and then they come here, they use that course to study, to work at the same time. During their study, they work and explore other type of visa while they are already here. But coming to work from your country to Australia as a caregiver or nanny, personally I've not seen something like that happening, unless maybe it does. But personally I've not seen, I have not met anyone who came through that platform.
Oh, but I have a question. Online, can you apply for such a program online for caregiver, or they don't have those jobs online where you can apply for caregiver?
Personally, I've not seen one. I believe I don't believe there is one, because I've not seen one. I've not seen it happening. But having said that, but like having me not seeing anything like that does not mean that it can't appear. What? There are so many international students here, and those jobs, they are kind of reserved for international students. So when you other people coming here to just to work, it is very hard for the government to give them those visas to come and work, whereas they have millions of international students in Australia who are absorbing those jobs like every day. So like international students end up working and doing those jobs to keep up with their living and maybe to pay their school fees. And the government is not very open for people who are coming from other countries to work those type of jobs.
So okay, so let me read you something funny here. Grace Wamoyo is saying,
yeah,
I remember our times,
yeah,
those who are abroad, those people who could go abroad,
yeah.
they couldn't let you know how they went abroad.
They were jealous.
So when they came back home, we could see them like it's a president who has come. It's a president who has come.
Yeah.
So she's laughing, haha. When they went there, yeah, I remember, it's true. Yeah, growing up, people could not share how they went there. I guess they didn't want you to know. Or
that's true. In my case, like I said, I had gone to a point of wanting to come, but I have no one. I remember I approached someone who used to visit around the area that I was working, and I asked him how I can go to America. He was in USA, and all he could tell me, just go and apply the green card. And he didn't even tell me how to apply the green card. And yeah, like it happens. People don't give information, especially. I don't know why. I don't understand why people like you become too mean of just telling people. Even if you are not going to go into details, just tell them how you went. It's going to help them. It's going to help them maybe gauge themselves and see if they can also use the same channel that you used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So simply, Yvonne is saying, what about being au pair there? We have talked about au pair. You have said that usually those jobs are given to students who are already there, right?
Yeah. Mostly those type of job, they are done by students, international students who are living in this country. And like I've said, having said that does not mean that they cannot explore. tell Yvonne to make sure they also use the website properly. I might miss something on the website, or maybe if they have agents or they know agents, they can also approach the agent and ask them anything to do with that in Australia. But as far as I know, I've not come across something like that. And if it happens, I'll be the first one to come and air it out. I'll make sure.
Yeah,
You know?
that's why we are here, right? That's why we are here, to share the information with people, things that we were never told when we were back home. We didn't have anyone to tell us. Yeah. Actually, it is very true. We never had people who are telling us, but now we thank God, there are people out there who are telling us, how to do it, how to maneuver, how to go about the processes. So IBM is saying watu ni kamati ya roho mbaya. Watu ni so so Rahab is saying Australia is not good for the unskilled people like us, but we'll try Canada and Germany. Let me continue taking notes. I give ideas to someone.
Exactly. Australia might not be very, very friendly to people who do not have skills. But having no skills, I didn't have skills when I was coming here. So I came to get the skills here. So you can also come and get skills here and use them here, because for us, we didn't come with skills and we are working in those jobs, and and we are able to earn our living and maybe do a lot, change our lives and change the lives of those people that we love. So having no skills, you can also use different channels to get yourself here. When you get here, then focus and do those jobs because they are there. Those jobs are there. You can never exploit the jobs in this country. There are so many. There are so many jobs here.
Yeah. So IBM is saying Canada has all pathways like Canada, USA is the most complicated. Oh, okay. He's saying Canada has pathways because he's saying USA is the most complicated.
Yeah, of late I've realized Canada has got more pathways. There are so many. I mean, they are very, very open in terms of people going to their country, regardless of the skills that you have. And just because you have something small, or if you have something small that you can show them, this is what I have, and then they are very, very much willing to take you and maybe to get you to do something there. Compared to Australia, which is a very big no. They want you to bring money. They want people to bring money in terms of skills and students. Or maybe business. If you have a lot of money, you can also come to do business here. You can, there are those special type of visas called business visas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Joyce, hey, Joyce, welcome. So, Joyce is saying, Motirako maneko goda YouTube fio.
That's easy. We cannot sleep. How can we sleep?
So, Anne is saying, amazing work at Real Life Abroad.
Thank you so much. Cynthia, they have subscribed so that they can continue seeing this amazing job.
Yes, by the way, go visit Real Life Abroad to know more about Australia, support our brother. We need to support each other. All of us are one family and we need to support each other. So I will leave the link down below, but his YouTube channel is Real Life Abroad. So make sure you go there, visit, subscribe, comment, ask all questions. Or ask all. Okay, I have another question I wanted to ask. Which agents, there are so many, you say there are agents that are used.
Yeah.
There are so many con agents. Yeah. So which one did you use? Because the one you used, of course, is a true one because we can see results. So do you mind sharing?
I don't mind.
Yeah.
The that I used, they are in Nairobi. They were in a house called in a place called Vision Plaza. I've never got hold on them. I don't have their details so far. I've been trying to get their details, and I've not been able to get their details. And most probably because the Australian borders are closed at the moment. Not so many people are coming to Australia. So I've tried to get their contacts, to get how, I mean, like the direction. How can I direct someone there? I've not been able to get, but I'm working day in day out. There are also other agents here in Australia. They were partnering with someone who was here in Australia. I'm also trying to get that person. And once I get that person, I'm going to put the link of their website. Mostly they didn't have the link. I didn't know any about the website. So I was dealing with them like one on one. I was going to their office. I didn't even have the number. I was going to their office and like filling the document here and there. So when I came, that at the moment, that's when I realized, oh, we need the link, something like a link, so that people can Google and found and maybe talk to them. So tell people to just continue holding on like that. I'll make sure that I'll get their link, I'll get their website, and there also something else I wanted to make sure. I don't want to share something that I don't know if they are still operational, or they are still together. I want to make sure that they are still together and they are operational. Because if I give someone and maybe they parted ways, and maybe I give a number of somebody who was working there and they continue taking people's money, we don't want to give such type of information. If we share information here and if we recommend certain agency, we want to make sure that the agency is quite legit and is going to serve the purpose.
Okay, so I saw someone. Cynthia, my sister, I insist, my dear, please talk about the cheapest way to Canada. I know you made a video because you said so, but I'm not able to get it. Please help. So that one, Henry was Sanja. We will talk about, there are so many ways. You can come as visit visa to Canada. You can come as student visa. You can apply for student. There are so many ways to come to Canada, but the problem is, they require the funds to show that you can sustain yourself. That is the big issue that usually comes in between the process. You have to be ready with funds. That is the issue. Is it the same way with Australia?
Yes, it is the same way with Australia. You have to prove yourself that you have enough funds to take care of you during your study period or during your time in Australia, or things like that. So what people do, you either come together as a group of people, maybe as a family members, wherever. You put the money in one account and raise one bank statement. You only maybe need to have that money in the bank statement in the bank for a period of 2 or 3 months. The other thing is that you can approach someone, maybe you think an uncle, an auntie, or maybe your neighbor, if they can be able to raise such amount, and tell them, I just want your bank statement. You are not you'll be able to help me with your bank statement, and I'll just need your signature and to prove that you're gonna be my guardian during my time of stay. You can just try to prove that this is my relative. You can try to prove this is my uncle who will be taking care of me. So you don't necessarily need to have that money in your account. You might not have it in your account, but someone else might have it. So approach them. Don't just sit down and say because you don't have that money. Because at the end of the day, you're coming for a greener pasture here in Australia or in Canada. So there is no way you could be having over 4 million sitting down in your bank. So just try to approach someone else who might have that amount of money. Tell them to give you or maybe someone who got like the daily transaction shows that the money is coming in and out. So get that type of person, get them to give you a bank statement. Tell them to declare that they are either a cousin, an uncle, a relative, someone that will be taking care of you during your study period.
But when you ask someone for their bank statement, won't it be an issue? Because what I believe is that the bank statement has to be in your name, and you have to show how transactions have been going in and out. How can we
No,
navigate that?
no. In Australian case, I think it's different. You don't need to have the money in your account, because at the end of the day, it might be a parent sending their kid abroad. It might be an uncle who has been a guardian. Maybe the child lost their parents or whatever. So you can be a guardian, you can be an uncle, you can have that money. So depending on which bank, depending on whichever bank account you're using or they are using, doesn't have an issue that the bank doesn't have your name, as long as they are able to declare and maybe get a lawyer to there are those forms that you can sign known as affidavit. Just a declaration to show that this bank statement belongs to me, and I'm the person who is responsible for the for this person's studies when they go to abroad. So you just need to show the relationship between you and the bank statement holder. You just need to show that relationship and to prove that this person is going to take care of me. And maybe have him declared during your visa process. Make sure that they are able to to answer any question about the bank, in case about the bank statement, in case any question arises. Hello, Cynthia. Whoa. Yeah, so that is it, guys. I hope you are enjoying our live stream. I don't know what has happened to Cynthia, and I don't know if we are still live on her YouTube. But in case you are watching us, and in case you are catching up with us, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And in case of any question, don't forget to leave a comment. On this stream, don't forget to leave a question on Cynthia Knowledge is Power. She's going to back. She is going to get back to you in due time, and when she has time. And don't forget, you guys, to also join my YouTube channel at Lee Life Abroad. My name is Sam. I'm based in Australia. I give people information about Australia and other information like cost of living and how people live here in abroad, just to give you a clear picture of how life is here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'm so grateful, and thank you so much for having time in this channel, and may God bless you. I'm also going to leave this live stream, and I hope we catch up next time. Thank you so much.
Sorry, guys, I think there's network issues. I don't know why it went off. I think it's network issues. So we have EBM scholars here with us also. You can subscribe to EBM scholars. He's very, very vast knowledge. He has a lot of knowledge with that, with ways you can go as a scholar. So check out also Joyce, my sister Joyce, K Canada. There's a lot of information there. So even people should let us try and see if he can come back. Let us see if he can come back. So guys, we have heard about Australia, and at least now we have some little idea of how to go to Australia. But of course, the easiest way is always, using student visas. Students are the easiest ways to go. You just apply online. Actually, you don't even need an agent. I think you can just go online and apply. It is easier that way. But for Samuel, he went through an agent. But if you don't have money to pay for the agent, you can apply online. So someone is asking, Cynthia, which agent did you use? Kindly tell us government colleges which can apply for nursing course or healthcare course. So Anne, I want to tell you the agent.
Hi. What happened?
Yes, sorry. I don't know, I think it was network issues or something.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was left alone and I was not sure if I was live, so.
No, I think it just went. It must have been network.
I hope our viewers are going to understand. This
Yes,
is the.
yeah, some technical difficulties. I think it's network or something. I didn't also understand. So
Yeah.
Samuel, Ruth Wanyeki is asking, Samuel, give us the agent's number. The agent that you use.
But I don't have said I can send them to the exact building that that they used to be. They are at in a building called what was it called? Gosh, Vision Plaza. I got it. It is along Mombasa Road. It is called Vision Plaza. They used to call themselves AOA. I mean something AOA. Opportunities. Something was like Opportunities Australia. International Opportunities Australia. Something like that. So it is it was in along Mombasa Road in a building called Vision Plaza, level 5. I think, yeah, around level 5. So that is where they used to have an office. I'm saying, I don't know how operational they are. I've not talked to them for a very long period of time. And if people can allow me, I can, continue finding them, continue trying to get hold of them. And then I can have, like for me to give them exactly who they are and what they are doing, and maybe try to display their things here so that they can get to know who they are and their information. Because during then, I used to pop in the office. Poop. I didn't used to like, phones here and there. No. I used to go directly to the office. And again, something that, because the owner or whoever was taking care of that agency was based here in Australia. So he was employing different people. So I don't know if the same people who are working there are still working there. So a lot of things has changed. You can imagine what has happened within 5 years. So I need to give a correct information when I give them, and or when I tell them that these are the agent that I used, or these are the agent that you can trust. I need to be very, very careful, because I don't want anybody to fall into trap. I don't want anybody to blame us in future, saying that they trusted the agent that we gave them, and then something happened along the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Anne was asking which agency I used. For us, my husband is the one who used an agency, but that was more than 12 years ago. And the agency was based in Dubai. The agency was based in Dubai that was bringing people to Canada. They were finding new jobs, but they closed their office and then they moved back to Canada. And they closed their office and moved back to Canada. So that was why I was talking about the other agency in Joyce K video. Go watch Joyce K video. Those a friend was using that agency. So that's how I came across to know about that agency. But there are so many agencies in Dubai that you can use. If you're in Dubai, if you're in Qatar, you just go to their offices, try to find out everything about them, how long it takes, how genuine they are. I know sometimes it can be tricky with agencies. You know,
Yeah,
finding a trusted agency, you know, it's difficult.
yeah,
That's
and
what,
that is why before I bring them an agency, or because you are not going to trust someone because I use them. Because they may have changed their trust or maybe their reputation since I did the process. So a lot of things have changed. And my goal or my dream, I'm gonna on my channel one of these days, especially when I hit over 1,000 subscribers. At the moment we are at 566. We are looking forward and we are building ourselves to hit 1,000 subscribers. So when we hit that 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to bring migration agent right here, and they will be answering all those questions. In fact, I'm going to invite all of you from different country to come and join the live stream so that we can do it together. And the agent, because they also operate to take people to different countries like Canada and UK. They work with every type of student visas and other visas in different countries. So I'm looking forward that day that I'll be able to bring them here, but I need to grow my audience first, so that those agents, we can be talking of someone that we can see. In case of something happen, you'll be able to contact me or to talk to me, and I'll be able to talk to that agent, or you'll be able to talk to him directly. You are knowing that I'm dealing with this person.
yes, that's true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. So the seeing which one Samuel give us. So Ruth is saying thank you, Samuel. We will be waiting for that information.
Yeah, tell her to subscribe to my channel. Join me.
Subscribe. Ruth Wanyeki, please subscribe to Real Life Abroad.
Yeah.
So that when you have a big audience, it's easy to invite some of these people, and
Exactly.
they are able to partner with you.
When I'm trying to approach, they will be asking, how big is your audience? They want to know, like, how serious is your audience and how big it is. So we need to prove ourselves as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So Ruth Wanyeki, please subscribe to Real Life Abroad. And then let me see, because we went off. So there, Unapologetic is saying good information, guys. And then there's EBM is saying we can hear you. Yeah, I think my internet was the one, because they are saying my internet was an issue.
Yeah, I was left alone, and I don't know if I was still live, so I gave the final remarks. Sorry, guys.
I know. So Mwakazi's family, welcome Mwakazi Fitness. Mwakazi is also another brother of mine in Kenya. Subscribe to Mwakazi Fitness. He does a lot of fitness things, to do exercises and all that, bodybuilding. So tell us about, how is life? Is there racism? Do you experience such things? Is there something like that? Or how do you have, are you guys mixed up from different parts of the world, multicultural, or how is that? Or is it all Australians. Tell us
Yeah,
about.
this is like Canada. It's a multicultural country. We have people from all over the world, from all continents of the world. We have people here in Australia. So we don't have so many chances of racism because also the government has come up with a very strict and strict policies and rules that make sure there is nothing to do with the racism or discrimination. But having said that, as a human being, you you'll find yourself, in different areas and feel like maybe something small has happened, and you feel, is it because I'm black? Did that happen because of this and this? So, as a human being, you have that instinct in your mind that will always tell you to think about such kind of things. But I may say that I've not experienced such kind of things. I've not experienced such kind of things just because I'm black or just because I'm from Africa, and that means there is no racism in this country. At least the government has really worked to, to eradicate such kind of things or such kind of issues here and there.
Oh, so it's you are multicultural kind of.
Yeah, we have people from India, Asians, I mean, all over the world, Africans. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and how when because here in Canada, when you are an international student, you pay 2 or 3 times the regular fees for school.
Yeah.
How does Australia? How is your fee structure there? Is it the same, or you just pay like normal citizens?
No,
The
no, no.
fee.
Pay a lot. You pay a lot more than local students. In fact, we have portals for international students and for local students. Local students pay way cheaper because there are a lot of government subsidies. But for international students, you have to pay full tuition amount. You have to pay in full. So you find at the end of the day, you're paying a lot. You're paying times 3 or times 4 compared to local students. So it is very expensive for international student compared to local student. But having said that, it is even far much better than our countries. So I would prefer to come and pay. I would prefer to come and pay that times 2 or times 3 compared to my country where I'm studying and I'm not sure of finding the job. So for a country like this, even if you pay that amount, and by the way, for local students, even though they pay cheaper, when they finish their studies, they might have, or they get themselves into debt that they always pay in maybe in 5 or 10 years during their working period. So for international students, once you are done with your education, even if you find a job here, even if you become a resident, you owe nobody. You are not going to pay the government. You're not going to pay anyone. So you get your course, straight away. For the local students, you have to pay the government because you had a lot of subsidies during your study period. So that is how the fee is structured here.
Oh, okay. So it's the same as here. If you are from outside, you pay more than the person who is inside.
Yeah, you pay more than the person inside,
More than the citizens, yeah.
more than the local.
Oh,
They call students, yeah.
yeah. So Anne is asking which colleges in Canada are affordable for international students. Find them in IRCC. There are so many colleges that are very affordable in Canada. We have one in Calgary. We have Saint College. We have so many colleges that you can find them, but they have to be designated colleges for international students. There is a big list there where you can find all of them. There's CDI College. There are so many colleges. My sister Anne, just find the one according to which program you want to apply for. There are so many colleges down there. You just Google and you find the designated ones that are supposed to host students coming from outside Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone is saying Ruth Wanyeki, hello. Mwakazi is saying hello to Ruth Wanyeki. And then what else? So what about something like rent? Is it expensive? Can you be able to buy a house if you're not yet you don't have your full papers, or you still continue to rent? How is that?
Yes, the rent is very, very expensive. Actually, 70% of your, maybe 50% of your income always go to the rent, because it's something that you have to pay every week. Compared to other countries, I think in your country you guys pay every month. I don't know, but here we normally pay house every week. I mean the house rent every week, and you can buy your house if you have cash money. But if you don't have cash money, you cannot be able to get the mortgage. The renters will not be able to give you if you're on a visa. So at the end of your study period, if you decide to stay here, you'll be able to, to use the mortgage, or to get the renters, get the mortgage and get your own house. But during your study period, you have to pay the rent just like other people. And it's very, very affordable, though sometimes it's expensive. But depending on the type of house that you want to live, some people want to live in high-end houses. But some people like us, they just want to live in normal houses. So when you live in a normal house, you don't need to worry too much about the house rent, because it's something that you can afford. But you have to be very, very careful, because it is something that will be recurring. You can imagine how many weeks in a year. 52 weeks in a year. You have to think about that. You have to know. So you have to be working throughout the year. You have to make sure, even if you're not working, you have something to compensate when you are not working.
So another thing, how many hours as a student? Because here in Canada, as a student, you cannot work more than 20 hours. So how many can you work full time? 40 hours a week? Because here it is only half, 20 hours a week. You are permitted that.
Yeah, the
So
same.
there you are.
The same here. You are entitled to work 20 hours a week, but you can work full time on your school holiday when you are not going to school during your school holiday. But having said that, does not mean that you cannot work, especially with the current pandemic. And people, or a lot of people, are now looking for healthcare workers, people who be taking over into so many job positions here, because a lot of international students went back home, and the government realized now we don't have people who are working for us, so they kind of become rigid when it comes to allowing people to work. Nobody's caring too much on how many hours you are doing, especially depending on the type of job. If you are an essential worker, you are into healthcare system or healthcare delivery system, then you are able to enjoy yourself and work more hours. But you have to make sure you are attaining your study period, your study hours. You have to attain them before you continue working.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
How much per hour do they pay?
Well, depending on the type of job again, and depending on the company as well, depending on the level of your skills, or your
How much?
experience.
Okay. I can ask, how much is the minimum wage? There is that minimum wage because most of us are in that bracket of the minimum wage, not
Well,
skilled.
yeah, the minimum wage, or the wage gap, it's around $20 and around $35. That is the normal rates. That is on normal days. Here, what happens? We have penalties when you are working on times like weekends. When you're working in evenings, you have different rates. When you're working on Saturday, you have different rates. When you are working at night, you have different rates. When you are working on holidays, like public holidays, you have different rates. So on a normal rates, most people earn between $20 and around that $5 on a normal day. And when there is holiday, most people would earn between $25 and $40. I mean, and when on Saturday, people would earn between 25 and 45. On Sunday, people would earn between 35 and maybe 60. On public holiday, people would earn between $50 and $70 in 1 hour. So you can see how much people earn in different times and different different rates. They have different rates for each for different times.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Then
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah. People make money. People make money here.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And you can easily send your money back home for investment, and can you have 2 or 3 jobs? Because some people, they will work 2 or 3 jobs. As a
Yeah.
student, is it permitted? No.
It is permitted, because at the end of the day, you are not going to tell your employer, I have another job. You are not going to expose yourself. So, people normally have 2 or 3 jobs, like backups. Sometimes people work 2 or 3 shifts in a day. Because at the end of the day, you're looking for that money. That is what is keeping you here. That is what is going to help you to pay your school fees. That is what is going to help you to pay for your bills. So people do work sometimes 2 or 3 jobs. But in most cases, you have that one company that you rely on, even if the other companies doesn't give you jobs.
And how are the taxes?
Well. The taxes are quite high here. That is what takes a lot of your money. But then, personally, I don't see it as a big deal, because uh, the government has given you that platform to work, and it's doing everything possible for you to be able to work. Let's say they are making roads good for you. They are making, like everything is set up for you to be able to work. And you can imagine those laws and rules that make sure that you are not discriminated at work. There are those like fair work, like organization that make sure that the employer is not taking advantage of you because you are an international student. So government putting all those into place, you can imagine, even if they take how much amount of tax, at the end of the day, you still have some money in your pocket. So I don't see it, I don't see it like a big deal for the government to tax you when you are working. So, it depends with how much you are working. That's when the government determine how much they are going to tax you in a year.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, that's good. Then that's good.
yeah.
So, anyone else with a question? I think we have exhausted all questions. Or what
Yeah.
about someone who has a degree in entrepreneurship back here in Kenya? Can they apply for a health course there in Canada? Yeah. So someone is asking if they can apply. They have a degree in entrepreneurship back in Kenya. Can they apply for a healthcare course in Canada, having
Uh,
scored a B4?
as long as I think when you are applying for a higher course, you don't really consider what you had in Form 4, because you already have a degree. So they are going to consider that degree if it is recognized, if you got it from a recognized institution back in Kenya. So I think for Australia, you can be able to major in something else. Having that, you have a degree and now you want to do a master's. But if you don't want to declare your degree, and you just want to, you don't want to declare your degree, you just want to come and study something in healthcare industry, then you don't have to declare it, and you can come and do undergraduate, something undergraduate here, maybe nursing or something like community service, and that will also help you to jump into healthcare system.
Yeah, I think when you have entrepreneurship in Kenya,
Yeah.
you can still apply for Canada, to do healthcare. You can still
To
apply. You can apply because they're asking if they can apply for a course, a healthcare course.
Yeah, definitely
Maybe
they can, but it will
they can.
depend. Which is that course that you want?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, you can apply. You can still apply because healthcare is the most right, especially right now with the crisis, with the COVID-19.
It is
It
very,
is the
very
most,
much.
yeah.
demand.
High on demand, like you can't miss when you do healthcare. You cannot miss.
Yeah.
It is something that, even in Australia, I think you can never go wrong.
Yeah, you'll never go wrong here with something to do with healthcare.
Yes. I think people should be encouraged to do healthcare because you can never go wrong. You can, and it's easy for them to give you papers with healthcare field because they are on demand. Because most people, most doctors and nurses, some got scared and left that field. So who is supposed to fill in? Yeah, who is supposed to fill in? Who people are supposed to fill in, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us. It was so amazing. We are looking forward to coming to your channel. All of us, we are coming there full force. We will subscribe until until you bring us those people that those agents come. They will come. And also subscribe to EBM, guys. We had EBM, Joyce K Canada, Mwakazi family, Learn with Don. Subscribe to Learn with Don. He's a young man doing a great job. Let's support each other. Let's support each other. Yeah.
So it was a pleasure.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful having you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I must
say hi.
Yeah,
say hi to Grace and Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we shall be meeting again and again and again. We shall continue supporting each other until we hit that target.
Exactly.
Right?
We have to work it out. And just like we are making it happen on our ends, also our viewers, we are telling them not to give up on their dreams. If they want to go to abroad, and not even to go to abroad, you might not be listening because you want to go, but you have that person that you want to help or to push. You have that niece or nephew that you want to help. You have that son of yours that you want to help. So you might not be listening for yourself. So just the way we are pushing ourselves, make sure you push yourself as well. Don't give up on your dreams. And for that person who said she was demoralized, are not demoralized. People are there to demoralize others. But if you get demoralized, then and you give up, it will be very, very hard for you to achieve your goals. So make sure nobody demoralizes you. Keep on pushing, keep on working hard.
Yes, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. So guys, we come to a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us. And tomorrow, I think I'll be having another live with someone who will educate us more and more and more about Canada application and all that stuff. He's a professional. She's a professional. So join us tomorrow. Also, Real Life Abroad, join us tomorrow for our live so that we get, we get conversant with all these issues that we are talking about immigration. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much and God bless you. Let's keep pushing. Don't lose hope and subscribe to Real Life Abroad. Let's get them to the 1,000 that we want, even more, 10,000, 100,000. Yes. Nothing is impossible. Yeah. Nothing is impossible. Yeah. God bless so much. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.